Hello and welcome. I'm Ray Upchurch and you're watching the Trey Hart Learning Channel. Today on the Trey Hart Learning Channel, we're going to be talking about walking. So stick around. Now this last week, as I was looking to post some things up on my Facebook channel, I was going through several studies, and all of these studies were evidence-based. Now all of these I was able to find through the Cochrane Library, which sometimes nurses or doctors use, or I found on the internet. And one of the interesting things I found is that sometimes they disagreed with each other, sort of. One article about walking said to maintain weight loss that you need to do like a faster walking, an hour a day, every day. Another article that I found about walking said, to lose weight, you need to exercise 3 to 4 times a week for about 30 minutes a day. And then while I was looking up about the walking, I found another article that said, too much exercise may actually be harmful, or too long of exercise may actually be harmful to the body. And all of these were evidence-based studies. Basically, they took a bunch of people and they got them together and they walked for a certain amount of minutes, and at the end of a period of time, several months, then they viewed, what effects were these having. And I thought, well, how confusing is that for people? For one thing, can they all be right? Well, they're all based on evidence. So if you're going by evidence, then yes, but are they all right for the individual people? Well, that's where evidence can't say. Evidence can say that a certain thing may be beneficial for a group of people, but it doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to be completely beneficial for you. The evidence base showing that to walk an hour a day will help you maintain weight loss was based on several thousand people. And there's a lot of evidence based to study that, to show that. But the thing is, when you're starting off losing weight and you're starting off walking, not many people can walk an hour at the pace that they're talking about. It's at a very fast pace. We're talking about 4.5, 4 miles an hour to 4.5 miles an hour. So that's like a very fast walk to a slow jog type thing. So to maintain that pace when you very first start off isn't very practical. So a lot of these studies, as they went through them, they didn't address the practicality. So one of the things I'm going to talk about is the practicality of walking. The evidence in all 3 studies, and all the studies that I've read, show that walking is beneficial for you, and it is especially beneficial for you to lose weight. Now, can you do this with walking alone? Sometimes you can, but only if you're eating a certain amount of calories or you're below a certain amount of calories. So, and the same with dieting alone. Dieting alone doesn't work by itself either. You can lose weight, you just can't maintain the weight loss. So, what I'm going to talk about today is some things that might help you if you are just wanting to start a walking program. Now, over this next month, I'm going to restart a walking program that I like to use. One of my favorite programs that I use is called Walk Away the Pounds, and it's by a lady by the name of Leslie Sansom. Now, just so you know, she's not paid me to say that in any way or form, but I enjoy what she does, and I enjoy the walking program she does. And fortunately, she makes a 1 mile or 2 mile and a 3 mile walk that are all based upon, even in the videos that you do, you could do it as fast or as exerts as much energy as you feel you need to, or as little as you need to. which is one of the things that she encourages you to do. Now, she's not the only person that does that type of videos, but I certainly enjoy what she does. But, when you're walking, one of my goals is to try to walk at least 2 to 3 times every week. And if I can walk every day of the week, that's fine. But I'm not going to do it for a full hour. And my goal as well over the next following weeks is to lose about 20 pounds. Now, the reason why I'm setting it at 20 pounds is that gives me a short goal that I can work on, something that is achievable and something that is realistic. And I would like to lose that 20 pounds. Now, if we say about 2 pounds a week, then that's going to take me about 10 weeks to do. So that's a realistic and it's a timely goal. Now, in one of my videos, I talked about setting SMART goals. So it's a specific goal, it's measurable, it's achievable, it's realistic, and it's timely. So one of the things with walking is you will find that you can lose 20 pounds fairly easily. Now, some people say, well, how long will it take me to lose 20 pounds? And really, that depends on who you are. All of how fast we lose weight sometimes could be based upon whether you're male or female. Males tend to lose weight quicker than females. And it can also depend upon your body size at the time that you start and your activity level. You remember one of the things I was talking about was that even when I did like my walk away the pounds, you could do it at a higher intensity or at a lower intensity. So if you're doing it at a higher intensity, you'll lose weight quicker. But not everybody is able to do it at a higher intensity. One of the things that as well, people ask me to say, well, how often should I exercise? All three of these studies showed something different. Now, it talked about maintaining your weight loss. Now, if you're a person that's already exercising and you've already started your exercise regime, maybe an hour wouldn't be an unrealistic goal. But if you're a person that's just starting off, then 15 to 20 minutes about 3 to 4 times a week is a very realistic goal. Now, one of the things I like about, the Walk Away Pound series is it starts off at 15 minutes. The 1 mile walk is 15 minutes exactly. So, you could start off with something like that and do it at a very low intensity. You don't want to overdo it. Make sure that before you do any type of exercise, you've talked to your doctors, made sure that they've approved you for doing them, and that it's something you can do. Because I don't want you to harm yourself in doing any exercise. Even though Walk Away the Pounds is a very easy exercise, in my opinion, it might not be something that the doctor would recommend for you. They might recommend something to be slower or something different. So always get approval with your doctor before you start any exercise regimen. And always start, if you're brand new to exercise and you haven't done it for a while, always start off at small increments. 15 to 20 minutes, 3 to 4 times a week is a very realistic goal. And it's a SMART goal. So it's specific, it's measurable. I'm going to exercise 3 times a week. It's achievable. It's realistic, and it's timely. I'm going to exercise 3 times in this week, or 4 times this week, and I'm going to do these for 15 minutes each. Now, what you will find is over a period of weeks is that even if you're not able to do this at a very high intensity, that over a period of weeks, you will be able to gradually increase your intensity and also gradually increase the amount of times that you're able to exercise. Now, one of the things you can do is build up to is built up to exercising, 30 minutes, 3 to 4 times a week. And then when you've got that down, exercising 30 minutes, say 5 times a week, exercising 30 minutes 6 times a week, and then you could exercise 30 minutes 7 times a week. Now you want to do this over a period of weeks. This week you don't want to exercise just 3 times a week, and the next week 4 times a week, and the next week 5 times a week. It doesn't work like that. You got to listen to your body. Your body will tell you if you're overdoing it. There used to be that saying, no pain, no gain. Well, that's not always true. If your body's in pain, it's telling you that you need to slow down, that you need to go back to the other lower exercises or less intense exercise, and that's what you need to do. Now, people as well, they'll ask me, well, if I'm walking, how many calories can I lose by walking? Well, again, that depends upon your body type and the weight that you are. Now, I'm going to give you some generalistics. Now, if you weighed 120 pounds and you was walking 4 miles an hour, which I wouldn't suggest that you start off with, then you could lose approximately, 4.7 calories per minute. And then if you multiply that over the minute, over the hour, that should give you how many calories you could burn. Or if you're 140 pounds, about 5.5 calories a minute. Or if you're 160 pounds, about 6.3 calories a minute. Or if you're 180 pounds, about 7.1 calories a minute. If you're 200 pounds, 7.8 calories a minute. If you're 220 pounds, 8.6 calories a minute. So you see what I mean by the weight. The heavier you are, the more calories you burn per minute. Now, one of the things you realize that I suggested to you, not to immediately go for the 4.0 miles an hour, especially if you haven't exercised for a while. Now, if you have, and you're already doing something like that, then that's fine. Continue on. One of the things people also ask me is, well, how can I lose weight but also stay toned? Now, one of the things that I would encourage you to do is on the days that you're not walking, use some light weights. Some arm weights, exercise your biceps and your triceps. Now, I wouldn't suggest any more than 5 or 10 pounds and 20 pounds at the most, but only if it's something that's been approved by your doctor. Some of the people that this might go to as an audience aren't the typical patients that I have that are heart failure patients or that might be older patients. Now, if you can lift more than this, that's fine, but I don't want you to harm yourself in doing these exercises. The bicep curls or over the head curls, or the head presses. You could do those type of things to tone up. You don't have to use weights at all. You can use water, the water that you carry around. If you're carrying about the little bottle size that most of us get at the supermarkets, that's about 1.5 pounds. It might be a little bit more than that. One of the things to remember is that while evidence-based studies are a very good guide to go by, even when you go and talk to your doctors, they will give you guidance. And one of the things that I think everybody's going to say is listen to your body. Now, I'm going to start a walking regimen, and my walking regimen, I'm going to try to do it every day, or at least every day that I'm not working. I do 12-hour shifts, and so sometimes it's a little bit difficult. And then on some of my other days, I'm going to do the toning exercise. Now, I'm not going to do this alone, like I said. I'm going to do a calorie-controlled diet, and I want you to talk to your doctor about how many calories are safe for you to eat. Now, I am not going to suggest a specific calories because what is safe for me isn't safe for you, or might not be safe for you. So hopefully this was helpful to you, and hopefully you liked it. Now, if you're new to this channel, I would encourage you to subscribe. And if you like this video, there's a like button at the bottom. Please press the like button. And as well, if you know anybody that can use this information, please forward it on to them or let them know about this information. I'm happy to share. Anyhow, this is Ray Upchurch, and I will see you next time. Bye.